Good morning. Welcome to JP's morning brief for February 18th. I'm breathing a little bit better. Forgive me if I start coughing again. I'm on two different types of medicine and I got some hot chocolate here in my 82nd Airborne mug I've had for years. I love that thing. I served with them in Iraq, so don't get no funny questions or anything. I earned it. All right. So, welcome to the morning brief. As we get started today, don't forget if you're now a follower of the JP8 Report channel, please click that follow button for me, please, and give us a like. And you can chat with me on the live chat. I will do my best to answer, or I'll do it verbally or type it, one of the two. But I'll get back to you, okay? And you can leave comments in the comment section. All right. So and then share and tip and all kinds of stuff you can do. It's 6:30 in the morning. We all do what we want to do. I think I might be going back to bed after this. We'll see. We'll see how the day goes. But yeah, thank you all very much for tuning in today. So to get started, we'll do our America 250. Getting close to the Battle of Boston. And you'll see at noon today if I'm still alive. I'm just joking, man. I'm joking. And then I start coughing. All right. This is a letter from John Adams to James Warren for 18 February 1776. My dear sir, we have at last hit upon a plan which promises fair for success. Dr. Franklin, Mr. Chase of Maryland, Mr. Charles Carroll of Carrollton are chosen the committee to go to Canada. I must confess, I have a very great confidence in the abilities and integrity of the political principles and a good disposition of this committee. Franklin's character, his masterly acquaintance with the French language, his extensive correspondence in France, his great experience in life, his wisdom, prudence, caution, his engaging address, united to his unshaken firmness in the present American system of politics and war, point him out as the fittest character for this momentous undertaking. Chase, in his younger life, under 40, but deeply impressed with the immense sense of importance in securing Canada, very active, eloquent, spirited, capable. Carroll's name and character are equally unknown to you. I was introduced to him by about 18 months ago in this city, and was much pleased with his conversation. He has a fortune, as I am well informed, which is computed to be worth £200,000 sterling. He's a native of Maryland, and his father is still living. He had a liberal education in France and is well acquainted with the French nation. He speaks their language as easily as ours, and what is perhaps of more consequence than all the rest, he was educated in the Roman Catholic religion and still continues to worship his Maker according to the rites of that church. In the cause of American liberty, his zeal, fortitude, and perseverance have been so conspicuous that he is said to have marked out a peculiar vengeance by the friends of administration, but he continues to hazard his all, his immense fortune, the largest in America, and his life. The gentleman's character, if I foresee it all right, will hereafter make a great figure in America. His abilities are very good. His knowledge is in learning extensive. I have seen writings of which would convince you of this. You may perhaps hear before long more about them. these three gentlemen compose a committee, which I think promises great things. But we have done more. We have empowered the committee to make with them another gentleman of Maryland, Mr. John Carroll, a Roman Catholic priest, a Jesuit, and a gentleman of learning and capabilities. This gentleman will administer baptism to the Canadian children and bestow absolutism upon such as could be as has been refused it by the torrified priest in Canada and anathemas, I can't pronounce it, of the church so terrible to the Canadians, having a disagreeable effect upon them. In addition to the whole, General Lee is ordered into Canada to take upon him the command of the whole expedition. His address, his fluency in French, his activity, his great experience and skill, we hope will succeed. A long fear from New England that the three regiments are marched. It would dampen me very much to hear that the people continue to hesitate the bounties and truffles. The unanimous voice of the continent and Canada must be ours. Quebec must be taken. I think the most prudent measures have now been adopted, and we must leave the event. If we fail now, I shall be easy because I know nothing more or better than we can do. I did not feel so well satisfied after the news of the failure at Quebec. It is true that we want Lee both at Cambridge and New York, but we cannot have him in three armies at once. In Canada, it seems to me the most dangerous post, in that there is the great necessity for him there. Schuyler is to command New York, and Lord Stirling under him is a very good officer. The importance of Canada arises from this, and occasions of remarkable unanimity at present in deciding the affairs of it. In the hands of our enemies, it would enable them to influence all the Indians on the continent, and perhaps induce them to take up the hatchet and commit their robberies and murders upon the frontiers of all the southern colonies, as well as pour down regular Canadians and Indians together upon the borders of the northern. I am, my dear sir, unfaintly your friend. All right. That's a letter from John Adams to James Warren about the situation in Canada. And we all know General Lee ended up going to New York, all right? Just so you know. Some people are infatuated and staying the course in Canada, which diverted necessary troops from the front in Boston and New York, all right? All right, so that was America 250. This afternoon, I got a plan from a general counsel that was for the Battle of Boston. So we'll be looking at that. All right. So onward to the Dalmatians, which are smash burgers right here in Copper's Cove. All their ingredients are homemade and fresh, including their buns, and they're open for lunch Monday through Saturdays, 11 to 2, and for dinner Tuesday through Saturday, 5:30 to 7, unless they sell out. And they're located on the west side of Copper's Cove, behind Bush's Chicken. And if you want a recommendation, like I always say, the armadillo is the best way to go. All right? Alrighty, so that was good. Man, give me a second here. Let me get refreshed. Media, there we go. All right, onward to to the morning brief. This is just a quick update on stuff that's been going on through the night. Most of it I will continue to expand on during the actual JPA report at noon. All right. So live on the spot right now is a Nancy Guthrie update, and then already got it. There we go. Come on. There. All right. All right. So I'm gonna put the cover page back on, like I've always been doing for a little bit, so you can still take a look at the guy on the right and try to make heads or tails of who this evil hoodlum is that took this other lady away. All right, Nancy Guthrie away. So sooner or later they're going to come up who's what and stuff. So the couple of updates I did get was the sheriff in Pima County made a statement about a half hour ago. Pima County Sheriff Chris Danos on Tuesday made a plea to the suspect in Nancy Guthrie's kidnapping, urging the individual, just let her go. Just let her go. It will work out better for you in the long run, Nanos said, according to Fox 10. Take her to the park. Take her to the hospital. Just let her go. The sheriff also appeared to remain optimistic, saying in the investigation continues to be a rescue operation and not a recovery mission. You have no proof, nobody does, that she's alive, Nano said. That she's not alive, Nano said. I'm going to have that faith. Sometimes that hope is all we have, which is very, very true. He said he has 400 investigators on the scene. That is very, very good. But they're still working at it. Is there another update? Archbishop of New York leads prayers for the Today Show, on the Today Show, seeking for Nancy Guthrie's safe return. Savannah Guthrie took a leave of absence from the Today Show until her mom is let go. And then the sheriff also said 6 hours ago that the case is far from being cold, and that they're still pursuing thousands of leads. All right, so that is the update right now from on the Nancy Guthrie disappearance. So on the man, hold on just a second. I am doing my best, okay? The doctors gave me some benzenate. I'm not going to take that because I'll probably fall asleep right here on the air, and I don't want that to happen. Hey, if y'all are excited to be here today, give me an American flag like I'm doing right now. We got to get excited about something, okay? So give us an American flag if you're watching. The next subject is John Thune, the majority leader in the United States Senate, guarantees that the voter ID bill will hit the floor, the Senate floor, despite Schumer and Democratic opposition. We will have a vote. Now, before I get into the article, I was reading yesterday, I was listening yesterday to Vince that comes on right after our show. What does that vote entail? Does that entail an administrative vote, a procedural vote, or an actual vote on the legislation? Nobody's answering that right now. All day long yesterday, I tried to figure that one out. Nobody is opening their mouth to saying what that means. All I know is J.D. Vance is going to have to vote for it because Murkowski says she's a no, and then we don't know what's coming out of the mouth of Mitch McConnell, the turtle, and Tom Tillis from North Carolina. Even though we may have John Fetterman from Pennsylvania on our side, but as far as I know right now, it's a 50-50 with a tiebreaker vote. So we shall see in the coming days. Senator Mike Lee yesterday was saying that it would be great if they had legislation that passed to the president the day after the State of the Union. But I was saying that it would be really cool if the president gave a measure of support for the bill, more so than he already has, because he's admitted great political treasure into this, because it's very worthwhile. This is a bill that you can fall on your sword to. But let him talk more about it on Tuesday evening next week during the State of the Union. And then Wednesday, send it to the floor of the Senate so they can start the debate and vote. That's my 2 cents on the matter. I'm not the majority leader in the United States Senate, nor do I want to be. But, okay, so this article says, I'm just going to read part of it, and then we can go back over it again when it comes up at noon. Senate Majority Leader John Thune is ready to put the Senate Democrats to the test on voter ID legislation. The Save America Act has earned the backing of 15 Senate Republicans, including Thune, which is enough to break through the key procedural hurdle on whether it can pass the Senate to President Trump's desk is now an unlikely scenario if lawmakers take the traditional path through the upper chamber. Still, Thune wants to put Democrats on the spot as midterm elections creep closer. We will have a vote, Thune told Fox News Digital. Okay. We will have a vote. Like I said, is that a procedural vote or is that an actual vote? Right? All I'm saying is let's do the talking filibuster, force their hand, and have the vice president on hand ready to cast a tiebreaker. That's all I'm saying on it. I fully support this bill. I think it makes complete sense. Voter ID, proof of citizenship at registration, right? And then mail-in ballots are gone within reason, and there's no ranked choice voting. Everything works out. Everything works out on that. So we'll see what they want to do on that. All right, so I'm going to set this over here. What are we looking at? We're at 6:48. Come on, give me some American flags in the chat, please. Okay, make me feel better. I'll talk about that one. This is what I want to get to this morning, for all else. Senator Mark Kelly, I want you to disobey orders from the president himself. Alrighty, so it came out yesterday that he wants to run for president. Believe it or not, Senator Mark Kelly, former Navy captain and astronaut, has eyes on the White House for 2028. Senator Mark Kelly, what do you think? Do you agree with Mark Kelly if he should or should not run for president? Mark Kelly has confirmed he will seriously consider a run for president in 2028, opening the door for a potential White House bid. Kelly's comments to the BBC. Really? You're going to talk about running for president on the BBC? That'd be the British Broadcasting Corporation. On February 16th came as he remains locked in a legal and political battle with the Trump administration. In an interview, the retired Navy captain and former astronaut made clear that he does not yet decided whether to launch a campaign, but confirmed that the idea is under consideration. I have people talk to me about it all the time. But we have an election in 2026 that I'm really worried about. We've got to get through that first. I will make a decision. I think the lame brain idea. He should not even consider something like that. He's going to get beat as it is, and he may be a commander instead of a retired captain at that point in time. Uh, he's very damaged goods, just like almost every other member of the Democrat Party that wants to run for president because they're stupid. Uh, but yeah, he wants to run for president. And then the other article I want to read before we get to the Texas scorecard. I'm going to read a couple of things out of the Texas scorecard. We're running out of time. Wesley Hunt has filed criminal charges against a campaign staffer for John Cornyn for doxing him on a 2016 issue, which doxed his address and other personal information, PII, personal identification information. So, you know, they started throwing mud at him now to get him down in the polls. Because, you know, there can only be one. But as of March 3rd, there only can only be two if there's no one at 50% plus one. So, regardless, Wesley Hunt filed charges against the campaign staffer for John Cornyn for doxing him. All right? I support Wesley Hunt's campaign for right now, but, you know, whoever wins the campaign, I'm voting for him anyway, as it is. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to go over to the Texas scorecard. Texas State University System curriculum review remains ongoing. The review of the University General Education Requirements, GERs, if you didn't know what that means, continues as Regents at Texas State University System held a quarterly meeting at Lamar University. Then the general education requirements are a set of coursework that all students must complete regardless of major. The higher education authors Jason Brenham and Philip Magnus have criticized these mandates because they're liberal, but under Senate Bill 37, which passed in 2025, the new law requires boards of regents to conduct a review of the general GERs every 5 years to ensure they are foundational and fundamental to the post-secondary education, are necessary to prepare students for civic and professional life. Education equipping students for participation in the workforce and a betterment of society, not to create protesters. All right? I'll say it again, not to create protesters, to create better, professional, productive citizens. See, I can still talk to a point, right? All right, next is Secretary Brooke Rollins promotes prosperity rights amid agricultural lawfare. In Fort Worth, on February 13th, Secretary Brooke Rollins from Stephenville, Texas, right up the road from my house, highlighted the importance of private property rights during the American Stewards of Liberty Conference on Friday. Alongside ASL Executive Director Margaret Byfield, Rollins told attendees when she arrived at the U.S. Department of Agriculture last year, she found it had drifted afar off from the original vision from its founder, Abraham Lincoln, which is Department of Agriculture was founded in 1863 or 1862. 1862. That was the next paragraph. Abraham Lincoln's vision when he founded the Department of Agriculture in 1862 was the agency for the people, for the farmer, for rural America. During her presentation, Rollins emphasized the importance of private property rights for agricultural producers. Since the beginning of the Trump administration, several cases of federal and state overreach against lands of farmers and ranchers have been brought to the attention of the USDA. The Rollins cited cases involving the Mogg family from South Dakota, and the King Ranch from Washington as examples of government overreach that had called agricultural lawfare. Rollins also cited Henry Farm in New Jersey, the 175-year-old sixth-generation family that is going to be taken through eminent domain to build affordable housing, which should never be happening. We got rules for that in Texas anyway. So, Brooke Rollins is doing her job as a sec ag, okay? Let's see if I got another one I can do that. I won't go back over that because we're running out. It's already 6:55. All right. So let me go over some other stuff real quick before we get out of here for this morning. I can recover till 12 o'clock. Early voting is still going on in Texas through the 27th. In Coryell County yesterday, there was 521 early voters, 271 that voted in Gatesville, 250 that voted in Coppers Cove. So there's lots of time to get out there and vote. Our Lincoln Reagan dinner is this coming Saturday. There are still some tickets available. If you want to go to my show notes and you can get those tickets there, right? And they're $60 a person or $100 for a couple. The primary is March 3rd, and runoff, if there is the 26th of May. Now, we have 10 propositions also on the ballot here in Texas. I'm going to bring them up right now. We've got stuff ranging from Prop 1 is property taxes. I agree with your property tax should always be assessed from the purchase price. We bought our house for $170,000, and it's like if we had to pay property taxes on ours because I'm a disabled veteran, we'd be paying taxes on a $295,000 home. In which, really, come on. And then my insurance is based on rebuild, which is $410,000 to rebuild it if it ever burned down to the ground. Like with a 1% deductible, this is ridiculous. But I don't see how we can get rid of property taxes because local and county taxes have to be assessed to be able to fund local governments, unless we add a value-added tax. The rest of the propositions which you see on here, I support. Term limits, about life begins at fertilization, ban gender, sexuality, reproductive clinics in schools. Why would you even have something like that in a school? Texas should prohibit Sharia law. I agree with that also. Several different things. I mean, this is all good. I'm partially a yes on one, but right now I'm a no on that one. But this is only it's only a plank issue. So the SREC passed them, put them on the ballot for us to say yay or nay if we want to discuss it at the convention, and then if it's good enough, we'll put it on a ballot, or no, wouldn't go on a ballot. It'd go before the legislature. They would discuss it if they like it, make a bill, and then it goes to the governor, signs it, and it goes on a ballot for next year. Right, long process. Right, a lot of stuff that still needs to be done on it. All right, what time we got here? It's 6:59 already, man. All right, let me get my stuff here. I hope everyone's having a good morning. I thought I was going to do a lot better. I think I just need to rest a little bit more and get ready for 12 o'clock with the JPA report. I'm pretty sure. Did my camera move? Oh man, I'm gonna have to reassess my camera. Why would it move down like that, right? Oh, no, it didn't. It's my screen. There it goes. Okay, I'm better. Oh, all right. I'm looking at my monitor. If y'all can see my monitor, I didn't have it scroll all the way down, so it looked like I cut off half my screen. But I moved it. It looks better. All right. So, hey, you can find me on my My socials right here as listed on X, Facebook, ScrewTube, and True Social. I used to share these out afterward, but I'm not getting any traction on anyone when it comes to Facebook or YouTube. So I'm not even forwarding them out after the podcast is over. So I'm relying mainly uh, on Rumble, which is great. All right. So follow me, give me a like, and I'm going to initiate uh, the raid. We're going to go to Vince. I hope everyone has a great day. Thank y'all very much for tuning in with me and my coughing. And I will see y'all at noon if I'm alive. The raid has been initiated. This is James Pierce. I'll catch you on the flip side. I'm out.